Let's add the signed numbers together, -2 plus -3 plus 4 plus 1. To do this, we'll first add -2 plus -3 and come up with an answer, and add that to 4. Then we'll come up with an answer for that, and add that result to 1 for our final answer. So looking at -2 plus -3, we see we're adding two signed numbers with the same sign. When that happens, we'll add the absolute values of the numbers and keep the sign of the answer. So adding their absolute values, which would be 2 and 3, would add up to 5. Since they're both negative, that means our answer will be negative. So -2 plus -3 is -5. To that, let's add to that 4, and then to add to that 1. We see that without a sign in front of 4, we'll assume it's positive, as well as sign in front of 1 is positive. So adding -5 plus 4, we're adding two signs and two numbers with different signs. The directions tell us if the signs are different, subtract the absolute values of the numbers and keep the sign of the bigger answer. So the absolute value of -5 is 5, and the absolute value of +4 is 4. Subtracting these, 5 minus 4 becomes 1. So -5 plus 4 is 1. Next, we'll keep the sign of the bigger number. And since 5 is larger than 4 and 5 is negative, our result will be -1. To this, let's now add our final number, +1. So again, we have two numbers that are different signs, and the directions tell us to subtract their absolute values and keep the sign of the bigger number. So subtracting the absolute value of -1 is 1, and the absolute value of +1 is 1. Subtracting 1 from 1, we get 0. The result is 0. Since these are the same number, we'll assume that -1 is somewhat larger, and therefore we'll write negative. It really doesn't matter, because whether we have negative or positive 0, the final result really is 0. And our final answer in this problem is 0.